force of friction. Okay, can you please put your palms together and rub it together? Rub it together, okay? The force that is acting on your palm, your two ends, is called friction. Friction, okay? And friction is caused by rubbing things against each other. So when caused by things rubbing against each other, it is also called contact force. Okay, so when things rub against each other, we say that we have friction. Friction is a force that acts against movement. Okay, look at this diagram. Where is the pushing force? This side. Where is motion? Motion also to this side. But how is friction going? It's going against. That means the opposite direction. Do you understand? So friction acts in the opposite direction of movement. That is what it means when we say the force that acts against movement. That means it acts in the opposite direction of movement. Look at this diagram. This is the pushing force. This is the motion. And where is the friction? The friction is acting against the movement. That means it's acting in the opposite direction of the movement or the motion. Okay, so friction is a contact force. Friction is caused by rubbing things against each other. You can see this surface against this surface, you have friction. This surface against this surface, you have friction. Rubbing things against each other. It acts against movement. It acts in the opposite direction of movement or motion. Okay, so this diagram explains what we mean. The pushing force is to this side, then friction is going to act to the other side. Okay, that is what it means by acting against movement. Okay, so let's look at this. Still talking about friction. If you look at this first diagram, we said that we have a small push. Look at this, we have a smooth surface. What type of friction do we have? Low friction. Low friction. So that means small push, smooth surface gives us low friction. Look at this diagram. There is a girl playing on the slide. What happens? Is the surface of the slide smooth or rough? It is. The surface of the slide is smooth. Okay, so what would the push be? Small or big push? We have small push because obviously she's the only one here. So what do we have? Low friction. So a smooth surface causes low friction. A smooth surface causes what? So a smooth surface, we said, causes low friction. Okay, let's look at the second one. We have a rough surface. Okay, so a rough surface would give high friction. Okay, and you will need a big push, okay, to be able to push on a rough surface. Okay, because the friction is high, you need a big force, a big push. Look at this. You have a car with tires. Okay, the tires are rough because we need high friction. Okay, we don't just want our cars to be moving and not stopping, okay, or skidding off the road. Okay, so we have high friction. So remember, when we have low friction, we have low friction on the smooth surface, and we only need a small push because the friction is low. We have high friction on a rough surface, we will need a big push. Okay, so let's go to the next. Okay, look at this. We're talking about hair resistance. Hair resistance. This is also called the drag force. Look at this. This is a force that it's a friction basically in the hair. Okay, it's a friction that happens in the hair. The friction that happens in the hair. Okay, so that is why we say it's hair resistance force. That means it makes objects to slow down in the hair. Okay, it is called the drag force. Okay, we also have friction in water. Okay, we have friction in water, we call it water resistance. Okay, so that will be the end of today's lesson. We have homework, and it's in booklet page 60, 61, and 62. Don't worry, you can do this at your pace, okay, since this is the last lesson. So you can do it at your pace, but just please make sure that you do it and send it to me as soon as you can, so I'll be sure that you understand the lesson. Okay, and I'd like to say a big thank you to mothers for your support. I'd like to say thank you to those that have been sending in their homeworks, and if you have not sent in yours, you can still send it in. Okay, you can do it and send it to me on WhatsApp. If you have any question about this lesson, please send me a message, okay, so I can explain to you. All right, thank you so much for tuning in today. I'll say be healthy and stay safe. Bye-bye.